Hello and welcome to the second episode of F1 Podcast 2020 and the review of the Styrian Grand Prix, which is an interesting name for the second race of 2020. The third race is this weekend at the Hungarian Grand Prix circuit. Of course, still no fans can attend any racing, which is a shame, because people would have been planning their pilgrimage to the British Grand Prix. I would have been as well. I was planning to go in this year. Actually, I was planning to go 2020, but unfortunately, due to unforeseeable circumstances due to COVID, that's probably not possible. But it's all going to be live on TV on Sky and Channel 4 in a couple of weeks because of the drastic situation with COVID and affecting the young, the old, and of course, people with other health issues. I won't be able to attend the event, which I was planning to go to do. But, so I thought I should review the Styrian Grand Prix, so the second round of the season. And, well, let's put it this way. If the first round was to go anything by, the second round of the Austrian Grand Prix Part 2 was absolutely insane to watch again. Lando Norris was absolutely brilliant, the young McLaren driver, seizing the opportunity and getting more points, but not a podium. Hamilton, again, blasts through the field and winning that race in absolute style and fashion. He is going to win the title in 2020. There's no questions of a doubt he will. Valtteri Bottas, again, did absolutely fantastic. I think all these drivers that have not raced since Dubai last season have now fully recharged and they are looking really, really good to racing. They're getting out there, they're putting their bodies on the line this season because I don't know how many Grand Prix are going to be. There's Mugello been added. There might be talks of Portugal as well. But, the first two races were brilliant in Austria. Like I said, Ferrari, Charles Leclerc, Sebastian Vettel both retired from that Grand Prix. And, well, what can I say about that? Charles Leclerc is supposed to be the rising star of Ferrari. And, well, he just completely binned his car against Vettel. And he I don't know what to feel about it. I think Charles Leclerc should have learned a bit more because Sebastian Vettel's going at the end of the season. He's not going to renew his contract with Ferrari. He's might be going to Racing Point, which is an interesting rumour on Facebook and of course on social media that he's going to either Racing Point or Aston Martin Racing Point in 2021. That's this next season, I believe. How do you feel? How do you think that Sebastian Vettel contract is going to go down? Do you think he's going to retire? Do you think he's going to take a year off, do another racing series, or just retire or something like that at the end? Because he's won 4 world championships. He's got nothing to prove now. He's got nothing to prove. I don't think he can't say that he's achieved everything he wants to achieve in Formula One. He's done that. He's won 4 world titles with Red Bull Racing. He can just retire and go off into the sunset. Maybe do another racing series, maybe, or just do something else. But he's got what he needs to do. He's done all that. He's retired. Doesn't need to do anything else. What else? Like I said, Fernando Alonso is definitely coming back. It's been officially announced last week that he's returning to the Renault F1 team, which is, again, I'm either disappointed or excited because Fernando's a good talent, but, he should have had a young driver to having a good chance. Disappointed. I am disappointed that we didn't get to see a young driver, we got one in Esteban. They got one with Esteban Ocon, so him and Fernando will be a good pairing for 2020. For 2021, sorry. What else happened in the Styrian Grand Prix? The podium celebrations post COVID, because of social distancing, the drivers aren't on the big step podium like they used to, getting the trophies, celebrating with the crowd. Because there's no crowd there, so there was no pointless doing that. And the trophies. If F1 couldn't get any weirder in 2020, they had podium bots now. If you've seen it, they had the trophies on a plinth, right? And they posted it and they gave it to the drivers at the end of the Grand Prix, which I thought was strange and weird. It was like, what? Who else is going to? I reckon it's just very weird, very strange to see that. The the trophies being delivered on a plinth, and I bet I saw there was Hamilton looking at it. I was like, what the hell is this? I was like, I bet he was thinking, why are we doing this now? I think he said to himself when in Australia, when the first round was supposed to have taken place, he said it himself. Why why are we still going racing when there's supposed to be a global pandemic, and we're packed up, everyone's here and wanting to go racing, but because of safety and health wise, they couldn't go racing, so they packed everything up. We all waited to see what was going to happen, and then we got the first race in Australia, the second race this weekend, third race this weekend in Hungary, sorry. And then I think it's Silverstone doubleheader. The first one is on both Channel 4 and Sky. But thing is, though, this is a brand new, strange reality we're living in post-COVID world now. So everything that you do day-to-day life, like living your future, whatever you want to do, is going to affect everything. So, and it's going to affect Formula One in the long term, because F1's a global sport. It goes around the world 24/7. It just doesn't stop. So there's news every day about it. So like Fernando coming back to Formula One, like I said earlier, is it a good thing or a bad thing he's back in this sport that he's won 2 world champions? Like Vettel, he's 30, I think. He's in late 30s, so he's gonna. I'm not saying he's a bad driver. He's got the skills, he's got the talent. He's a bloody good driver. In the day when he first started in 2006 or 2006, and he's been in the sport for a long time. He's done other racing series. He's still doing the Dakar, I believe, but not doing that anymore. What else is there? Of course, Jensen. Of course, what I feel about when I watch Formula One and you see the presenters wearing face masks to cover their faces when they talk to people is a bit weird, strange even. But that's a new reality. I've never seen that happen before in my life. But it's a new daunting reality now for all of us, wherever we go. So yeah, the Hungary Grand Prix, what do I think is going to happen there? The Ferraris might do well after the disappointment in Austria. They probably want to bounce back and show the world that they're ready for the season. Lewis Hamilton, again, will be trying to equal Michael Schumacher's record of the 7 titles. And of course, he may want to be king of Hungary as well, because he's won there quite a few times. Sebastian trying to equal Michael Schumacher. I don't think the Ferrari fans will be appreciative of that. What else? McLaren's look quite strong again, so they'll probably want to try and keep that that memento going. They want to keep those drivers, on a good car. But I think those drivers, Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz, are particularly good pairing. But of course, Carlos Sainz is going to Ferrari next year. I don't know who's actually. Does anybody know who's replaced him at McLaren? Because I'm not entirely sure who is his replacement. Still Lando Norris. They still got his contract, but I don't know who's replacing. I don't know who's the replacement. Let me know in the comments below because I'm quite interested to know. Based on what I like to walk and talk, it gets me thinking. Yeah, so let's do that. Do a quick fire of the teams. Williams, again, it's just like you see them. They got a good. I think they got a good car, but just something's not. No, something's not right with that team. They're falling apart in the modern Formula One world. They were dominant in the 90s and 80s, but now they're falling apart. It's a shame, real shame. What else is Renault? They look good as well. Got a few points in the bag this season. Alfa Romeo, again, they're getting their act together. They look like a strong young team. With Kimi and Giovinazzi, they look good. I recommend they'll be the dark horses of the season. Haas, they look alright, a bit strong, but a bit they got a good package. But you know, it's an interesting one to see what Haas team gonna do this season, considering all the drama they've had the past 3 years. They've entered the sport in 2016. They were a young team, and they're still learning, and I quite like them as a team. They're the underdogs. They want to do well. They want to be the established teams. So if you're looking for an underdog team, support Haas. I mean, I have a soft spot for Haas because I quite like their manager, Gene. I can't pronounce his last name, but he's. If you've not watched Netflix Drive to Survive series on Formula One, I recommend watching that because it's absolutely brilliant. If you're a Formula One fan, Red Bull this season. What do I predict? I predict they'll be there. They'll be up there fighting for podiums this year. Race wins is a possibility. If they get the engine going, Alexander Albon and Max Verstappen are really good behind the wheel. Trying to think now. Let's see. Of course, Mercedes dominant. No, there's no question about the Mercedes team are the dominant team in Formula One at the moment. Yeah, I mean, Ferrari, if they get their act together, they could be, the team to watch as well because Sebastian's got nothing to prove. Charles Leclerc is saying to Ferrari, give me a chance. Let me be, let me lead the team. Let me be that guy and to lead the team. What else have we got? So the Ferraris are doing all right. McLaren, slowly but steady. But yeah, it's just a weird start to the season. Podium celebration, social distancing in Formula One, coronavirus, and stuff like that. And you see the news every day about it. And the Formula One staff have been tested being tested for corona, and they said if one of the team's personnel are showing any signs or symptoms, they'll have to remain isolated for 14 days straight, not see anybody, not go out as well. And they also said on the Channel 4 highlight show, if you haven't seen it, the next race is Hungary, and if they have the symptoms while going to Hungary, they're going to be locked up. And if they go out of their quarantine, they'll be thrown in jail for breaking that law. So that's an interesting one to see how they'll cope with that. Because being cooped up for a long time is not a good idea for anyone. But it's an interesting one. Now, what else should I talk about in that Styrian Grand Prix? I mean, there was just loads of action, I think, because everybody's been so impatient to get the season going. There was a bit rusty. The drivers are a bit rusty. Hamilton said it. Everyone said it. The drivers will be rusty like hell. It'll be like the first day of school or the first day of taking your first steps or learning how to talk or trying to express who you are. So it's all like that, really. But yeah, my driver of the day, it's going to go to Lewis Hamilton. I'm not passionate about Lewis Hamilton. I just think he's a great driver of our generation, and he's just a great personality of the sport. I actually went to Mercedes World a few years ago when I met him, and he's just a pretty nice guy, down to earth, normal guy in Formula One, just trying to show the world that he can, I mean, yeah, that's why I think Lewis Hamilton driver of the day, team of the day, team of the day. Well, it's not going to go to Mercedes because Mercedes are pretty boring at the moment. If you agree with me, put it in the comment section down below. Because if the next episode will be the review of the Hungarian Grand Prix weekend, so I'm looking for the best. I want you to, get a debate going. I think get a debate going, because I want to, do these podcasts because of these global circumstances. I used to do a podcast a long time ago with my friend a long time ago, on YouTube, and because we can't meet up to do that anymore, so I decided to do one on my own about Formula One this season, 2020. But yeah, I mean, because the technology is advancing, the internet is moving forward. YouTube is a great way to express yourself and your opinions on what you're passionate about. Formula One is my passion, and I understand people saying, "Oh, it's just a bunch of cars going around in a circle." So the answer to that is, but there's so much going on in that sport. There is drama, intrigue, politics, everything Formula One is. That's what Formula One is. It's the best traveling circus sport in the world. It's watched globally. It's talked about on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. If you type in Formula One right now, it will be the most it'll be the most interesting search results. And I've always been a Formula One fan. And, it's very rare to meet people that are Formula One fans because, it's hard to talk about this sport on your own or to anybody just trying to describe what it is, because it's the best sport on the planet. Well, football is better. I still can't believe Americans call football soccer the nerve. But that's another discussion, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, the calendar, next race Hungary, and then we don't know, and then then they just continue and continue, hopefully soon. But yeah, I just want to know what your thoughts are of the season so far. Do you who, like I said, driver of the day, Lewis Hamilton, team of the day, sorry, I was about to go and say team of the day. It's going to be an outsider. For me, it is Williams. Let me explain why. The car's bad, but the drivers, Nicholas Latifi and George Russell, are doing a good job. I mean, the car's bad. Yeah, they're fighting for last place. But if the car was good, they would have been fighting for points or podium. But I think they're gonna do okay. But they just need something to bring them back up. Okay, the Spanner Award. This is a new idea I thought. The Spanner Award. I'm gonna call it the Spanner of the Day Award, and that goes to Ferrari for their calamity of that incident. Just made me laugh because it's like you couldn't make it up. Next, what else should I put? That's the one. The dark horse, the one, the driver you should watch this season, and why. I would say the driver I would recommend you to watch this season is Alexander Albon and second Max Verstappen. Now, many people, Alexander Albon, he's young, he's quiet, but I think he's got something special about him. He can do something interesting in a car. Next, and because Max Verstappen, he's a young guy, I like him a lot. I think people say he's going to be world champion in the future, and I agree. He's got the makings of a champion, but the big he needs to go to a big team that has the right equipment, that has the right people around him. Red Bull is just a stepping stone. Ferrari or Mercedes in the near future would be the right way forward. So yeah, I mean that's my review of the Styrian Grand Prix. Sorry, second podcast episode number 3 will be the review of the Hungarian Grand Prix, which is going to be in this weekend live on Sky Sports on Channel 4 F1. It's so strange because it used to be on the BBC, but now it's all on Sky and it's all paid for. But let me know what your thoughts are on that weekend, because I liked it. I thought it was a brilliant race. Second race of the season, boom, done. Third race of the season, it is the Hungarian Grand Prix, and like I said, and who I think is going to win? Hamilton again, Bottas maybe third, and Vettel fourth. I know, strange. It's strange. Oh, let me know what your thoughts are on the F1 2020 game if you're enjoying it. I've got it, but not been around again to play yet because I've been busy doing other things, but we'll get round to it very soon. But yeah, I just want to know what your thoughts are on the season ahead, the teams, the drive, just get my thoughts out there to you guys. Because I'm a passionate Formula 1 fan, and I like gaming as well, Formula 1 games and racing games as well. I'll be doing that in the future anyway because of COVID, and I've been stuck at home since it all began, really. But yeah, that's my quick fire review of the Styrian Grand Prix of 2020. Next up is this weekend's Hungarian Grand Prix race day, qualifying practice, all on Sky Sports, and of course highlights on Channel 4 later on in the evening. If you've been busy and don't have time to watch it. But until then, have a very safe day, and I shall see you all in the next podcast on next week. Next week will be out. Sorry, this was a delayed podcast. Sorry, I've been walking around and it's off-putting, but that's how I do it. I like to walk around, think, talk about it, because it's interesting. Because it gets my blood going, it gets my heart going, it gets me thinking about last weekend's brilliant race at Styrian Grand Prix. If you've not seen it, I'll post the link in the description below about the race highlights from the F1 section. And of course, let me know what your thoughts are on the F1 game, 2020 game, if you're enjoying it, if you've not played it yet. And of course, I'll be leaving a link on the description of the video about what team, because it allows you to create your own team. So, here are the options for my team. Team number 1 will be my name, Green Racing. Option number 2, option number 2. It could be Panasonic Racing, not named after the TV, of course. Just an idea. Or the third and final option would be Ocean Racing Team. Just an idea. My name and Green Racing, Panasonic Racing, or Ocean Racing Team. That's just an idea floating around out there. But yeah, I shall see you all very soon for episode number 3 of the Hungarian Grand Prix. That should be out sometime next week, because it's, like I said, it was a bit delayed this weekend, because I was busy doing stuff, trying to keep myself entertained during COVID, and keeping all of you guys entertained during lockdown. And I don't know how many days I have been in lockdown, but it's lockdown for everyone. So we just have to shut up and get on with it. That's the British way. But yeah, I shall see you all in episode number 3 for the second, for the Hungarian Grand Prix review. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment down below about what I just talked about. Or just leave a comment down below if you just want to get a debate going about the season ahead, what you're looking forward to, what you're not looking forward to. And if you think the sport is boring because Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes are winning everything, just get a debate going. And I shall see you all for episode number 3, the Hungarian Grand Prix review. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, keep yourselves out of trouble, which I'm going to be doing anyway, because I'm pretty much, I feel like I'm under house arrest. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, just do what you can, stay safe, and I shall see you all in the next video next week for the Hungarian Grand Prix review. And of course, I'll leave the link for the Styrian Grand Prix and the Austrian Grand Prix highlights for your entertainment, because I want to get people involved in the sport. I want to talk about the sport in general, because the sport to me is the best sport in the world, because I got put lots of learning difficulties, but Formula 1, the thing gets me out of bed in the morning knowing that there's a race weekend. And that's, of course, people say, oh, it's just a bunch of cars going around in a circle. The people have to wait until the next pit stop to overtake the other guy. And it's not like that. It's nothing like that. Formula 1 is the best sport on the planet. And it's got so much history, so much passion. If you got Netflix, I urge you all to watch Drive to Survive, because Drive to Survive is one of the best things to watch if you're a Formula 1 fan, if you're bored during lockdown. But yeah, I thought I should make this video of the review of the Styrian Grand Prix, posted it tonight, and I'll leave the links for both of them as well. But until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and I shall see you all very soon.